In the heart of Manila's bustling streets where jeepneys roar, street vendors shout, and children run barefoot through puddles of rainwater, a boy named Elijah lived with a guitar that had more cracks than strings. He was 12. His clothes were tattered, his shoes were mismatched, but when he smiled, really smiled, it felt like the world forgot its noise for a moment. Every day, Elijah would sit near the corner of the Quiapo market, right by an old bakery, singing for coins, while his mother sold street snacks under a faded umbrella. His voice, though young, carried something older than time itself, something raw, aching, and beautiful. But lately fewer people stopped to listen. The city was too busy, too loud, too tired. And Elijah's small voice was often drowned by car horns and the rumble of rain. Still, he sang. Because every coin he earned meant rice on the table that night. One cloudy afternoon, as thunder rolled in the distance, Elijah noticed a large poster pasted on a street pole. Asia's Got Talent, open auditions, tomorrow. All ages welcome. He stood there for a long time, staring at it, the rain soaking his thin shirt. Maybe, he whispered. Maybe this is it. But then he looked at his guitar, the one with a cracked neck and peeling varnish. And he remembered the faces of people who told him dreams were for the rich. He sighed and walked away. That night, his mother, her hands rough from years of work, noticed his silence. Elijah, what's on your mind, Enoch? She asked softly. He hesitated, then told her about the poster. Her eyes glistened. You should go, Hijo. He shook his head. They'll laugh at me. Look at my guitar. Look at me. But she placed her hand on his cheek. Let them laugh. Just don't let them stop you. The next morning, Elijah woke before sunrise. He tuned his guitar as best as he could, and wrapped it in a thin plastic bag, to protect it from the rain. He walked miles to the audition hall, a grand place filled with lights, cameras, and people wearing shiny clothes. He felt out of place among them, clutching his broken guitar. When his number was called, he stepped onto the stage. The judges, 3 of them, looked at him curiously. One of them asked, "What will you be singing, young man?" He swallowed hard. "Hotel California, sir." A few chuckles rippled through the audience. Someone whispered, "That song's too big for him." Elijah took a deep breath. Then he began. At first, the sound was shaky. His fingers trembled, his voice was small. But as the lyrics unfolded on a dark desert highway, something happened. The tremble disappeared. His voice deepened, filling the hall with warmth, sorrow, and something unexplainably human. The judges leaned forward. The audience fell silent. His guitar may have been broken, but his soul wasn't. Each note carried years of unseen struggle, nights of hunger, mornings of hope, afternoons filled with his mother's laughter. By the time he reached, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave." His voice cracked, not from weakness, but from emotion, and that crack broke everyone's hearts. When he finished, the hall erupted. People were standing, crying. Even the judges' eyes shimmered. One of them whispered that was pure magic. Another said, "You sang that song like it was your story." Elijah's hands shook. He didn't know what to do with the sound of applause. He wasn't used to being heard. Then, suddenly, a golden confetti blast filled the air. The golden buzzer. He fell to his knees, covering his face as tears streamed down. In the audience, a camera caught his mother crying, whispering prayers of gratitude. The clip went viral overnight. Young Filipino boy brings everyone to tears with Hotel California became the top trending video across Asia. People around the world shared his story. Musicians sent him guitars. Fans wrote letters. A local foundation offered to sponsor his schooling and music lessons, but Elijah didn't let fame change him. He still played on the same street corner, sometimes this time with a new guitar and a small speaker. When people asked him why, he'd smile and say, "Because this is where my dream began." Months later, during the show's grand finale, Elijah stood on stage once more. The same judges, the same lights, but now, his mother sat in the front row, wearing her best dress. He looked at her and smiled. "This song," he said into the mic, "is for the person who told me to sing, even when the world didn't listen." He played again, soft, emotional, powerful, and as he finished the final chord, his voice trembling with gratitude, the crowd stood in thunderous applause. Elijah didn't just win a contest, he won something greater, a voice in a world that once ignored him. His story became a symbol of hope for countless kids who dreamed with empty pockets but full hearts. And as the lights faded, and the announcer's voice echoed through the hall, Elijah whispered one last thing into the mic. "Dreams don't need money. They just need belief." Closing narration, cinematic voiceover. If this story touched your heart, remember there are Elijahs everywhere, singing through the noise, hoping someone will listen. So if you hear a small voice on a busy street, stop for a moment. Listen. Because sometimes, the next miracle sounds like a song you already know. Subscribe for more stories that remind us what kind